out of things to talk about or not, it's a very pretty drive. I'm off to the hospital for a standard appointment for me. I'm supposed to run these appointments every 3 to 4 months, and sometimes up to 9 months, but today we get one 3.5 months after the last one, so yay. It was actually a cancellation, so I was lucky to get in so early. Sadly, the weather's not as good as it's been. It's a bit overcast, but it's still usually quite a nice drive as long as there's not too much traffic. So let's see how we go. I'm lucky to live in pretty much the countryside. We're quite a ways from the town, but close enough, well, towns, but close enough to be in driving distance. We're in the country village that you live, that buses, you're lucky if they come along 1 per hour. On Sundays and weekends, if you're lucky, they'll run every 2 hours. Hopefully I'm not too wobbly for you guys. This is one of my favourite parts of the drive, is with all the trees. When we used to live in like Plymouth or Chatham, we used to come back to visit my grandparents, and it's not as it used to be, but all this here used to, literally the trees used to create a tunnel to come through. They trim it every now and again, but in its full glory we used to have this wonderful tunnel of greenery and the light shone through it. It was beautiful too. Felt like coming home. Got to watch this road up here, people sort of trying to dash out. You can't see from the camera, I'm sure, but just over on the left is the church that my parents were married in. They aren't married anymore, but they're both married to people they really love, so got to be happy for them. I am happy for them. I'm rambling on now. What I love about living in this area is every time you go out for a drive or a walk, something's changed in nature. It's always doing something different. So we're just coming up to some bendy bits. Not sure what he's doing, but I was here first, he can wait. I'm not slowing down and stopping on a bend where somebody behind me can't see. Yeah, I am a moany driver. You may have may have noticed I have been missing off YouTube. Life has gone extremely mad, guys. It has been, something had to drop for a while, and I'm afraid YouTube was it. Things have been so busy. I wasn't well a week or so ago, but that's past. I can breathe now, I can talk. You always know when things aren't right when I can't talk. As my husband says, you know when I'm talking, my eyes are open. If I'm not talking and my eyes are open, then there's some sort of problem. have changed so much up here. If you go to the right at these traffic lights, you aim towards a village that my senior school was in, and I did work experience at a hairdresser's up there. It's not there anymore. Going through this village, and the next village is the village that I grew up in my teenage years, 20s and my 20s, and it was the place I lived the longest at that point. My dad was in the Navy and we moved around quite a bit as children, so it was quite nice to actually live in one place and stay at the school and keep all your friends for years. And I still have some of those friends, so all good. Driving, I sing to myself or have music going, so you're lucky I haven't burst into song for you. I'm the kind of person, I can't hold a tune, I can't sing decently, but it does not stop me. I love music, I love singing, but in my deaf years, as I call them, I didn't have my music and it made me miserable. So sing an awful lot, or my favourite one is somebody says something, it reminds me of song lines, so I'll sing it out loud. So here we are, coming into another village. You get the idea that I live out in the sticks and countryside. Obviously I didn't pull out anywhere near my house because safety. Let's see what we've got today over here. It's a fair distance for the hospital I'm going to for my appointment. There is a hospital closer, but the hospital I'm going to was my local hospital when I lived here, and we know it, so all my children were born at that one too, so I tend to stick with that hospital because I know the staff, and my pain management guy is the funniest and most helpful man in the world. I love him to bits. He puts me at ease, which is very hard when your treatment involves lots of needles and you're petrified of needles. So I'm not swapping hospitals. So let's see. Some pretty flowers over there. The other day it was 143, but there's always such a big queue there that I never top up in Costco. I haven't got the patience to wait 6 hours. Maybe if there was only a little queue, maybe I'm going at the wrong time of day. Well, I used to live just to the right of where we've been, and just up here was our local shop. The phone box is now gone. Not that you needed to know that. Oh, we've got the horse chestnut trees have got their flowers on. We always used to call them candle trees. I used to walk up this road very regularly as a teenager. My friend and my boyfriend used to live up through the village to the right and another few miles, so save bus fare. Used to walk it or ride my bike up there. But despite all these extra houses being added, it is city up here. There's a lot more houses been built in the last 10 years. It's understandably people need houses to live in. So here we go. This road always confuses me. You get so far up it and you think you're further up it because some of it looks really familiar or similar to earlier on and it's not. Strange when you're coming home, things take a lot less time or seem to, don't they? For lower Upham. We have Upham, but we don't have an upper Upham. Sorry, something I used to confuse the children with when they were younger. Amusement car journeys, and don't find place names interesting. Arguing with these speed signs. I'll be doing under the speed limit and they're telling me I'm doing over. And my car's just been MOT, so I know the speedo's right. South Downs National Park. There's some nice colour changes on that tree to the right there. I hope you aren't wobbling too much and getting seasick there. I've got a new holder for my phone and the other one just kept falling off mid-journey. I'm still trying to find the best way to set it up on the phone or best place to put it. It's not going to stay there because I can't see the clock or tractor. Does anybody else do that? They've had kids that take them out on car journeys and you point out the lambs and the horses and the cows and the chickens and the tractors and you're still pointing them out when they're grown up. When I come back with my granddaughter from picking her up on Monday and Wednesdays, we always have to slow down to see if the chickens are out in someone's garden. They also have geese. And whether she's in the mood for it or not, I'll slow down and say, oh look, chickens. And she's like, yes, Nana. Speaking of which, there's cows, a lot of cows. I don't know whether you can see it. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm one of these people who tend to take in everything when I'm driving, but do know what's going on the road. Which is why if I go quiet, I'm concentrating and forget I should be talking to you. Charming, hey? Crow's Nest up there. Oh, we get a crow's nest. For my birthday, I got some birthday money and decided to buy a new patio table for the garden with it because our one was it was a lovely one from IKEA, a big square one, which we could fit everybody around, but it was getting very, very old and wasn't level, was falling to bits. So I bought a new one. This one's a toughened glass rectangle table. I thought, brilliant, maybe I could do a bit of vlogging out on, do a few videos out on the listen to the noises, and I'm one of these people that noise, I'm grateful to hear it. So I'm not going to complain. There are a few noises that if they go on for a long time, I will sort of, oh my God, I'm going to move. But I'm not going to complain at the person making it, because, you know, people and things make noise. And after 20 odd years of not hearing them, I'd rather hear them than not. I can always unplug. To the right of me is a pub restaurant, and on one of their outbuildings, or smaller buildings to the side, or conservatories, there used to be a flat roof. It's not flat anymore. And when we used to drive by many years ago, there used to be a border collie used to go out and sunbathe on top of that roof. Traffic lights. I can't do this journey without there being at least one set of traffic lights. Last time I made it, I think there were 3 along the way. So I always have to leave a lot earlier. Being my need to put my teeth back in. Joking. Being my appointments at 1 o'clock today, I'm going to have to use the park and ride. I usually prefer the 7 or 8 a.m. appointments, because you can get to the hospital and you can park. You're the first lot in of the day, and then you're literally in and out there within an hour. What they tend to get is get everybody in at the same time in the morning, and then again at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But sometimes at 1 o'clock in the afternoon they haven't finished with the morning influx. So you never know whether you're going to be in the hospital half hour, 4 or 5 hours. So with an afternoon one, I tend to do park and ride, and it's just less panic. Do you know, I've often been heard to say I don't like the colour green, etc., but I just realised I actually love green in nature. So why have I got a hatred of using, well, it's not hatred, I don't use a lot of green yarn. Strangely, I was going through some of my yarn the other day, and I do have a lot of green yarn. Maybe I ought to make a blanket and call it Studying Green or something, and see if it grows on me. We shall see. Lots of plans, not enough time. It was just up here. We had to come for our original COVID jabs. Up here to the left, and down there. It was quite a bit of a drive back then. We have to do COVID jabs in 2 lots. There's 3 of us in our household at the moment. It's me, my husband and our son. He may be 21, but he needs accompanying places, so we can't all just go at the same time, because we also have a dog who has separation anxieties and can't be left alone at home. It was one of those things, we weren't planning on getting a dog at the time, but we dog sit my daughter's, not a daughter's, something else in there. We dog sit my daughter's dog, or we did do, and a few months later she said, well, we still do. I don't know where my brain is at the moment, trying to drive as well as talk, I suppose. But we dog sat, and my daughter said, oh, Harvey, which is her dog, his mum and dad are having pups again. It wasn't the plan, it was, they kept those dogs separated, ready for the mum to be spayed. and something slipped up on the last day of needing to be separated, and hey ho, another little puppy's coming. They've had puppies. You should have a look. I said, don't want a dog, don't need a dog. My husband was desperate for another dog. I would have loved a dog, but you know, with what we had going on. But my daughter knows me better than I do at times. She said, but let's come over and have a look. So we went over and had a look and put a deposit down on our dog on that day. Neither here nor there, but when we went to pick her up, it was announced that day that we would be being put into lockdown 2 days later. So our dog didn't have a lot of socialisation in the early days, and we will all stay 6 foot apart and not getting too close to people. So she become she's German Shepherd, which are very family orientated anyway, I believe. So it's a bit like having another baby and child, and how she can't leave her alone, and you can't leave my son on his own for too long. So we go out in groups of 2, and somebody stays at home with the dog. Which is fine, it works for us. If we're going on holiday to Great Yarmouth, the dog comes with us. Which is why I was saying that when we go for COVID jabs, we go in 2 lots. One will go with my son, and one will go on their own on another day or another date or time. Which actually works out quite smart as well, because if anybody ends up with side effects and are quite ill from those side effects, or having flu or COVID jabs, we leave a week in between the appointments, then there's somebody to look after the ill person, and we all don't come down at once, if that makes sense. Another road to the way I'm going, it's all back roads, and I'm not as used to that way. I get confused, so I stick to the way I know. I suppose I could go up the motorway way, but I'm not that keen. I've got nothing against motorways, I drive on them quite happily, but I'd rather have a nice scenic drive like this. What I'm going up for today is basically Botox for migraines. It doesn't make me look any prettier or do anything to my face, but it does stop my migraines for about 3 months, which is brilliant. After 30 years or so of blinding migraines and trying every medication there is out there, and the ones that do sort of semi-work leave me a bit catatonic the next day and really fuzzy, so I can't drive and do anything, and they never take the whole pain off. We discovered that Botox works for me, so I go up and I get about 25, 30 little needles. It's really quick, it's really easy, but they are still needles. So this is why I need a consultant who puts me at ease, because me and needles just do not go. So here we go on to the one part of the motorway I need to go on to get to the park and ride. We literally go on and then come off at the next. Turn off. Turning. would say I haven't had enough coffee, but I have this morning. So on to here. Checking in my rear mirror because of some big lorries. I don't like being beside big lorries. I'm not bad, but when you get them either side of you, they make me nervous because I think I watched too much Smokey and the Bandit as a child. There's a part where a car gets smushed between two big lorries, and that's always what I think when I've got one either side of me on the motorway. It's just Smokey and the Bandit and that smushed car. So, first roundabout here. Oh, the lights love me today, don't they? Right, round we go. And if you wonder what's rattling, that's all the mints on the shelf, if you can hear it. My son likes to line them all up so he can get to them. There's one shot, so they're moving. Just realised how noisy my car is, all the noises in it. And this is the car park for the park and ride. So we'll park up and I'll say goodbye, and I'll upload this later tonight. And at least say hello to you guys. For some reason I always park down here. There we go. So take care, and I'll talk to you hopefully soon, although I don't know when that'll be because things are all over the show. Love guys, take care, bye for now.